So I went through that entire cancer experience, and just like Sally said as well, you know, I saw the gaps in the system. So one of the things that I noticed was my teeth started falling out after I had total body radiation and chemotherapy, and I didn't understand why. So I have no molars. All my molars broke and fell out of my mouth. And when I went to that health expo you were mentioning, I talked to a dentist there that said I could have prevented it with fluoride trays. So the fact that that connection had never been made to me, the fact that I had seen the oncologists, the radiation oncologists, the nurses, the social workers, the dentist before I had my total body radiation, and nobody told me that I could have prevented it with $200 fluoride trays was, I don't know, insane. It was crazy. And so, you know, I started this nonprofit organization because I didn't understand why it was so difficult to provide that information to patients. Why it wasn't important enough to say, hey, for $200 you can get this fluoride tray and it can help prevent the deterioration of your teeth. I didn't understand that. And so, sorry if I look at this, I have such chemo brain, it's not even funny. But, I know you're nice, I'm not worried. So the problem is, we're really out of balance when it comes to cancer. I was just telling Sally, you know, we started this great campaign, it's called Wake Up, and I'll pass out the flyers to you guys. It's just like my shirt. My shirt says Wake Up. We're trying to get people to wake up and realize that we've been raising, society as a whole has been raising money for research for 94 years. When do you get to the point where you're like, okay, where's our cure and who's helping the people? And last year, several nonprofit organizations cut their entire funding of financial assistance programs. When they cut their financial assistance programs, it left millions of patients wondering how they were going to get the financial assistance for getting to treatments, how they were going to pay for caregivers, how they were going to pay for their dental work after treatments. They were like, what are we supposed to do now? So I'm going to give you guys some really great examples of some people that we've actually worked directly with. One case is an elderly woman called me who lives in Thousand Oaks, and when she called me on the phone, she said, Rachel, my husband just had a tumor removed from his brain. We have to go to his radiation oncologist appointment today, but I don't drive, so we're going to have like some local cab company drive us. I didn't have anything to do that day, so I said, you know what, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to be your advocate and take the notes for you and see how I can help you. So I went to their house and I picked them up. The first thing I said to them is, do you know that sugar feeds cancer and sugar feeds tumors? So you do not want to eat anything with sugar, okay? And so they were like, okay, that's good to know. So we go to the radiation oncologist meeting. The radiation oncologist tells him you have GBM GBM stage 4. The guy's like, what is that? He's like 73 years old. He has no idea what GBM means. The doctor starts telling him it's glioblastoma multiforme stage 4. That is a really bad form of cancer. Then he commences to tell him you're going to be on this chemo pill. I don't know if your insurance covers it. You're going to have to figure it out yourself. You're going to be on this radiation treatment. And he said, eat whatever you want. So that first time that I met them, I didn't explain to them why the doctor said eat whatever you wanted. But when I got to know the family, because I've adopted them, and I've been working directly with them, I told them the reason that doctor said eat whatever you want is people who are diagnosed with GBM usually do not survive that. Okay? And the way that the doctor looked at it is he might as well be happy and eat whatever he wants. But that's not the way that it works, okay? I was diagnosed terminal. The only person that believed in me other than myself was my mom. And she knew that I was going to fight it and I was going to beat it. So this guy should get as much hope as anybody else, right? Okay? So I got him on his diet. It's called the ketogenic diet. It's very specific to his type of cancer. I worked with a health nutritionist, cancer nutritionist, to find out what I'm supposed to put him on. And I also found out the University of Philadelphia was doing a clinical trial for that diet, okay? So we got this guy on the diet. We've been working with him for 5 months. He's had chemotherapy, he's had radiation, no side effects. Wow. Nothing, no nausea, no vomiting. He's tired a little bit, but but nothing that bad. So that is a case of a way that we have helped someone. Nobody would help them. They didn't know what else to do, okay? So that's one person. Another person is this woman. I'm going to pass these around to show you guys. These are butterfly pendants that I made. There's a woman that contacted me that lives in, he was already spying at them earlier. There's a woman that lives in, sorry, I have so many states I work with, Tennessee. And she contacted me and she said, I've contacted all the health organizations. I don't have a diagnosis of cancer, but I have a mass in my lung. And I have enlarged lymph nodes, which is a big indicator of cancer. And she said, I need to get it biopsied, but the insurance woman told me that I've fallen through the cracks because I can't afford to pay for the insurance. And if I can't pay for the insurance, then how am I going to have the money to pay for the $700 biopsy when I only make $800 a month? So when she contacted me, that's a really unique case because she doesn't have cancer yet. So she can't even contact a cancer organization to help her. But because she had that indicator, you know, of the enlarged lymph nodes, and because she was referred to us by her cousin who met me at a cancer conference last year, I said, you know what, I've got to help her because he said, this is the woman you have to talk to. So I have been on the phone with Vanderbilt Hospital. I have been talking to the nurse coordinator there. I've been trying to connect them to her, and they are currently working on trying to find a way to help this woman. No one else would have done that, okay? And this is, like I'm saying, this is the kind of stuff that we're doing. Another case I can tell you about, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, she's like helping people in Tennessee, and she's helping people all over the place. Because the things that we offer through UCAAN, we offer gas cards to get to treatment, and fluoride trace to help prevent the deterioration of your teeth. That's local. That's in the Ventura County, Santa Barbara County, and LA County area. We have over 30 patients on that gas assistance program. Last year, we gave over $9,000 worth of gas cards to patients, which is awesome. So we do that in the Tri-County area. Then we do the personal fundraising program, which are those little pendants that I sent around the room. That's where we connect the patients with a way to fundraise for themselves. You have to empower someone. When you're diagnosed with cancer and you keep getting this, no, there's no help for you. No, I'm sorry, there's no one that can do anything to help you at all. There's no organization out there. You should never be told, no, there's no help, there's no assistance. There should always be some way to help that person. I'm making sense, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here, I'll pass these out so you guys have them. This talks more about us. There's more information on the reverse side on how we help people directly. So that's that personal fundraising program. That's amazing. And then we make pendants just like those, custom to the person, that we send them a whole pack, 50 or 75 of them, and we send it to them, and then they can do their personal fundraising page and they can sell them to raise the money for whatever need they might have to do. Okay, so that's awesome, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's get some engagement. That's awesome, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so one of my favorite stories was a woman who contacted me who lived in Nebraska. And she said, I have called every single large organization I have been referred to, and I have been told that there are no organizations for me to contact regarding my child with cancer. So we help everybody. We help everybody no matter where they live, no matter what type of cancer they have, no matter what age they are, no matter what stage they're at. We try to find some way to help those people. And she said, what am I supposed to do? I need to pay my bills. I have no idea who I'm going to call. I'm being told there's no organizations that exist. The most important thing you should know about UCAAN is we have it's a customized resource database, a database of over 1,800 nonprofit organizations nationwide that we can connect cancer patients and their families to. Okay? And we're continually adding more and more organizations to that. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's probably bigger than most of the organizations that are out there because we're connecting with very small nonprofit organizations that are helping cancer patients directly. So when I talked to this woman, she said, I have no idea what I'm going to do. How am I going to find help for a family? I can't afford it. I said, let me look in our database and see how many organizations, okay? I went through 800 of them. and I found 80. 80 nonprofit organizations to refer to that woman. So this is the thing we're trying to show people. Why is there such a gap in the system where it's not important enough to give patients the information that they need when they need it? It shouldn't be this difficult. You should be able to go online and contact an organization and say, okay, who can help me? Where do I find this help? And you should be able to be like, great, let me give you this information, you know? It should be really, really simple and really easy, and it's not. It's hard. Because the patients that are coming to us because they have tried everything. They have tried as much as they can, and they are not finding the help. And they are continually hitting this roadblock, and they're continually being told, no, there's no support for you, and there's no help. But you know what? There's no excuse for that. Because I was there. I understand. You know? I have a herniated disc and degenerative disc disease in my back. I have lymphedema in my legs, which I have to wear compression garments for the rest of my life. I've lost teeth that I can't even afford to fix. I need 12 implants. I can't even get molars. I mean, these are all common things that cancer patients go through and experience, and that information should be common knowledge. I mean, people should be told this kind of stuff. So, what else was I going to tell you about? I know my stories are so positive.
No, what it is, we're so amazed.
You can't believe it. Right.
That we're processing. It's not that we're passive, we're just, oh my God. Because it started with you.
Right, I know. And I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason, okay? The reason that I got into a car accident. That is the only reason that I found out that I had terminal leukemia. Wow. Car accident. When they gave me my first round of chemo, my body and my lungs went into shock, and they put me into a drug-induced coma. When I woke up from that, right before Christmas, I was violent and crazy. They had to teach me how to walk again, and how to read and how to write, because I couldn't do a lot of that stuff. I had to completely rehabilitate myself. I was never able to go back to work. And that was 2006, and I started this in 2009. Because I kept seeing it. You know, I used to, like Sally had said, I had volunteered for a charity, and I asked them if I could go to one of their events, and they said, you can't go to the event unless you raise the money. And to me, that was stupid. That was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard, because I was a cancer survivor, and I was donating my time and my energy to help them, and they wouldn't allow me to go. And when I did go, because by some crazy, fabulous chance, they said, how many cancer survivors are here that raised money? They didn't say how many cancer survivors are here that beat cancer. So I think in a lot of cases, it's like everybody's trying to focus on finding this cure, and that's great. But there are so many alternative treatments out there that are available for patients. If they want to, look into them, or if they want to contact us about that, we do. We have information about complementary alternative treatments, which is complementary and alternative medicine together. We have information about all kinds of alternative treatments for different types of cancer. Why should you not be well informed when you're going into that? Why should you not know as much information as possible so you can make an informed decision of which treatment options you have? I didn't have a choice. I could have saved my eggs and had kids later. I'm infertile now because of all the treatments I've had. So I mean, it's like, you think they would have,
Yes.
But I was so sick that if they didn't treat me right away, I would have died. They didn't think I was going to survive it. They told my mom that they didn't think I was going to make it to the City of Hope. But I'm going to tell you a funny story, because we have to make you laugh a little bit. So when they picked me up, they were going to transfer me from Ventura County Medical Center to the City of Hope. And they sent this ambulance team in, and the ambulance team came into my room, and they were really, really serious. And they're like, okay, so we're here to take Rachel to the City of Hope. And the doctors were telling Mom, we don't think she's going to make it on the ride to the City of Hope. So I get in the back of this ambulance, and there's a bald man. I love the bald man, like, there's no way. guy. There's this bald guy in the back with me, and then there's Tom Cruise in the front, this really honky guy in the front. And they're looking at me and they're like, okay, Rachel, we're gonna go drive, to the City of Hope. It's gonna take a couple hours. And I started laughing and chatting with the bald guy in the back with me. And the guy up front goes, do you mind if we play some music? I want to play some K-Rock. Sure, play some K-Rock. He's up there singing and I'm dancing in this gurney talking to this guy. When we get to City of Hope, my mom's like, please God, let Rachel be alive, let her survive this. And they come out of the ambulance with me and we're hysterical. We can't stop laughing. And she's like, how crazy is this? They're telling me my daughter's going to die and she is coming to the hospital laughing, having a field day. And let me tell you, that is the way I go to the hospital all the time. When I was going for treatments, all the time I was laughing. When I go now for checkups, I'm laughing. And you can ask Ken. I mean, Hen's been there with me and she's seen me. And I talk to people and I'm always trying to find ways to help people. And that's just what I do. So if you want to find out about how you can make a difference in the lives of cancer patients, then please talk to me.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Make sure to check out the backs of those flyers. Talk about some of the events we're doing this year. Like we're doing a really cool dance event and several other things, and we'd really love for you guys to get involved.
Well, your launch has been an inspiration.
Thank you.
We want to present you with a little small token from the Rotary Club. It says, presents this certificate of appreciation to Rachel Schur, United Cancer Advocacy Action Network. Thank you for your time and valuable presentation on cancer. Comes in all colors. What's your color? And I'm going to sign this for Nina.
Thank you.
Not here. And also, we're going to give you this gift.
Awesome.
For you to keep with you.
I'm
at all
excited.
times.
I like this. And we sold jewelry.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell them what your display is.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you about my fabulous display. So I make all this jewelry.
Wow.
I stole your thunder. I make all this jewelry and 100% of the money goes towards, oh, that's very cool. Thank you. I've never had one of these before. This is awesome. Thank you.
Here's your gift.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to take a picture?
Wow, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I can relate to it so personally too, because years ago my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and limb cancer, and I was told by the oncologist in all these years of practice that was the fourth worst case he had ever seen, and her prognosis was not good at all. So my mother kept insisting she didn't have cancer. She felt that she fell in the tub and she hit herself, and that was the injury. So the oncologist kept calling me after she went through chemotherapy and during her radiation and said to me, well, your mother's really a problem. And I said, what's the problem? She goes, well, she keeps really insisting that she doesn't have cancer. And I said, and that's a problem? And he goes, well, yes, I keep telling her about her cancer, and she keeps saying I don't have cancer. So I said, is she going to her chemotherapy sessions? Yes. Is she going to her radiation? Yes. Is she doing everything you've asked her to do? Yes. I said, then you're fired. I fired her. Good. And she later had to go every 3 months for checkups, and her cancer was gone for 4 years. Wow.
See?
And she had a young boyfriend.
Because she didn't want to own it.
She didn't want to own it,
That's
and
right.
they were complaining.
Because she wouldn't accept
I
it.
don't have
In her mind, that's how she chose.
That's her head right.
They chose